Greetings and peace. I would like to start this with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace be with you and yours. Today's presentation, I would like to talk about the supreme Sufi mathematics, occult numerology, and Islam. I hope you benefit from this, and I represent myself only. With the supreme Sufi mathematics, the goal is to explain the math and numerology inside of Sufism, which is the esoteric dimension of Islam. This is an inquiry into abjad numerology, the ilm al-haruf, and the cosmic codes of Islamic mysticism. And what I'm going to do here is also do a cross comparison with the nations of gods and the earth, the 5%ers, peace to the gods, their supreme mathematics as well. So this is going to be good. A disclaimer that I represent myself only as a free man under free speech and for the purpose of fair use, nonprofit, educational, academic research, and comparative philosophical historical analysis. And that is the purpose. It's not telling you to join anything or follow anything, but just take the teachings and apply them to your life. That is the goal of the teachings here. Now let's take a look at the roots of the abjad notation. Look at the systematic origins, right? The abjad system is a decimal alphabetical numeral system in which each of the 28 letters of the Arabic alphabet is assigned a specific numerical value, right? This historical practice traces its structural system back to Semitic origins, mapping the universe sequentially from Aleph, number 1, to Gain, 1000. Now, this provides a systematic mathematical structure to letters, mapping physical measurements alongside metaphysical realities. Now, this was developed in Moorish Spain. It's ancient, but a lot of its foundation was developed in Moorish Spain. Now, during the golden era of Al-Andalus, right, Sufi polymaths and occultists synthesized the abjad matrix with the Andalusian cosmic sciences. Figures like Ibn Barajan and the great Sheikh al-Akbar Ibn Arabi codified the mathematical values to understand the dynamic repeating patterns of the divine breath. Now, the Moorish Spain, right, became the primary forge where the intellectual mechanics of abjad were fully structured. Now, this is where Gematria comes from as well, right? Everyone talks about Kabbalah and Gematria, but even all of that was developed in Moorish Spain. So that was the foundation of bringing Europe out of darkness into the light and into the Renaissance also. We also look at ilm al-haruf, the science of the letters. Now, we look at the triune, tripartite nature of every letter. Now, each letter of the sacred alphabet is not merely a linguistic tool, but a living cosmic entity. It is comprised of 3 essential elements: a physical body, its glyphs or written form, a spiritual soul, its energetic vibration, and a numerical brain, its exact abjad decimal value. The Nafas al-Rahman, the breath of the merciful, right? In Akbarian cosmology, creation occurred as a primordial divine breath, passing through the absolute metaphysical vocal tract of existence. Each articulation point generated a specific letter, meaning all physical objects are frozen vibrations of letters. The 4 elemental categorizations. Now, Sufi scholars systematically categorized the letters into 4 groups based on elemental properties: hot, fire, cold, air, wet, water, and dry, earth. This classification allowed practitioners to construct mathematical balances to neutralize physical illness. The sovereign secret of Ba, right? The abjad value of Ba is 2, the first creation point. The letter Ba represents the transition from absolute, unmanifested unity to the relative world of multiplicity and creation. It is the very first letter of the opening verse of the Quran, Bismillah. Under the horizontal stroke of the Ba sits a singular absolute dot. Sufi masters teach that this dot is the primordial seed of all matter, the nucleus of the cosmic atom around which the physical universe spins. To understand the Ba is to hold the literal key to heaven. Let's look at the secret of the missing Bismillah, the At-Tawbah anomaly. Chapter 9 of the Quran, At-Tawbah, is unique because it is the only surah that does not begin with the protective phrase Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In Sufi mathematics, this omission acts as a profound warning system, directing the seeker's attention to the number 9. The absence of the Bismillah signals a raw, unmediated field of purification and transition. Now, the threshold of the gate. The first 8 chapters begin with Alif, 1, or Ya, 10. Chapter 9 begins directly with the letter Ba, which is 2, or Baratun. And in the Abjad matrix, 9 is the absolute limit of the single-digit system, representing the 9 months of human gestation and the ultimate gate of spiritual completion. It shows that the first 8 digits support the throne, while the 9th is the sovereign force that sits upon it. 9 meaning completion. We look at Imam Ali alayhi salam, the primordial dot of reality, and he says that all secrets of the heavenly scriptures are in the Quran. All secrets of the Quran are in Al-Fatiha. All secrets of Al-Fatiha are in Bismillah, and all secrets of Bismillah are in the letter Ba, and I am the dot beneath the Ba, right? So this classical esoteric transmission asserts that the entire cosmic matrix is compressed into the singular point of divine consciousness, represented by the structural dot of the first letter. Let's look at the quadrant of creation, the number 4, hidden sum. The elemental formula of Ba, Alif, Hamza. If we write the letter Ba exactly as it's pronounced, it is spelled out as Ba, Alif, and Hamza. The structural abjad sum of this phonetic spelling yields, right? Ba, 2, Alif, 1, and Hamza, 1 equals 4. The number 4 governs the physical world, right? Representing our current 3D simulation reality, representing earth, fire, water, and air. This is why the call to prayer, the adhan, declares Allahu Akbar, God is great, exactly 4 times initially, to align the physical 4 elemental human elements, right? The elements of the human vessel with the hidden numerical architecture of the cosmic Ba. Let's look at the 19-letter binary framework, which shows the table as follows. Right, you have the structural matrix layer, the numerical text count, and the cosmic and physical significance. Now, Bismillah, right, the alphabet count is 19 distinct letters. This core mathematical coefficient governing the entire physical design of the Quran. The Quranic surah count, 114 surahs, right, calculated as 6 by 19, showing macrocosmic order of the revelations. The physical divisions, the juz, right, the 30 juz, matches the exact abjad value of the letter Lam, representing the active physical kingdom, the mulk. The Fatiha, the 7 key verses of the Quran, the cosmic cycle of active manifestation guiding the human soul back into the portal of the Ba. Now the foundation for the Sufi mathematics has been laid in perspective. Now we will look at our brothers and sisters of the nations of the gods and the earth, the 5%er and their supreme mathematics. Let's look at their supreme mathematics, starting with the first 3. 1. Knowledge. The foundation of all things in existence. To know the ledge so you won't fall over the edge. Symbolic to the original black man, the sun who is the sovereign master, God of his local system. 2. Wisdom. The dynamic manifestation of knowledge, one's physical way, actions, and speech. To wise the dome, right? Wisdom, wise the dome, symbolic to the black woman, whom we refer to as moons or earth, reflecting light. 3. Understanding, the best part of life, to see clearly with the internal third eye. The physical eyes are but outer doorways to our deeper spiritual sight, symbolic to the child, the star, who is Allah. Supreme mathematics continued, 4 through 6. 4. Cultural freedom. Culture is one's true organic way of life. Islam, I, self, Lord, and Master. Freedom is to free the dome, the mind, from the active trick knowledge and traps of the negative forces. Power refinement. Number 5. Power is truth. Truth is the active light that brings the 85 percenters out of the triple stages of darkness. To refine is to make pure. That which has been refined must be inherently divine. And the 85 percenters are those that are deaf, dumb, and blind, right? So people in society who are profane and not awakened to reality as we know it. 6 is equality, to be equal in all things, such as knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It also represents the physical limitations of the devil, an unrefined human matrix. Supreme mathematics continued 7 through 9. 7. God, the original Asiatic black man with knowledge of self, possessing the sovereign power to build and destroy, maker, owner, cream of the planet Earth, and master of the physical universe. And this is equivalent to how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator, made man the vicegerent representative of the divine on this earth. So we have that responsibility of taking care of this earth, ourselves, and each other. 8. Build and destroy, to actively add on and elevate on the foundation of all things in existence, knowledge. In order to build up divine states, one must first dismantle and destroy negative structures. 9. Born, to bring into active physical and mental existence. Born twice, once physically through the dark chamber of the mother's womb, and once mentally through Allah's mathematics. And that is the beauty of all of this. Now, the numerology of the 5 percenters, supreme mathematics, right? It also concludes with the 360-degree cipher, the 0, the complete circle of reality. The cipher 0 represents a complete 360-degree circle of life. It is structurally compared of 120 degrees of knowledge, 120 degrees of wisdom, and 120 degrees of understanding. It follows a continuous repeating zig-zag-zig progression, starting from absolute knowledge, manifesting into physical wisdom, developing into complete understanding, and returning back to knowledge. The cipher represents the total environment and community. And that's how they refer to each other as well, as ciphers. And it's beautiful because the 5% system basically teaches you that you are Allah in the flesh. And the Sufi path is kind of telling you the same thing, that with the Wahdat al-Wujud of Ibn Arabi, that I tried to find God, I only found myself. I tried to find myself, but only found God. And how Islam tells you that Allah has made man the vicegerent representative of God on this earth, so we could be the caretakers of earth, ourselves, and each other. Now, just like we did the supreme Sufi mathematics, we also look at the supreme alphabets, right, from the Sufi aspect and the 5% aspect, and we compare that. And we have this table, right, the cosmic dynamic, the Sufi Ilm al-Haruf from Al-Andalusia, right, and also the supreme alphabet from the 5 percenters. The primary source, Aleph, which is 1, the absolute unmanifested source of all life and divine presence, which in supreme alphabets is Allah, the absolute Asiatic black man, the primary seat of intelligence, or what they refer to as those that are the original of this earth. The polar manifestation, Ba, is 2, the cosmic receptacle, the womb through which duality manifests. The second letter, B, Bom, and born, the command to physically manifest and bring into existence. The master key, Meme, which is 40, the Muhammadan reality, the completing sealing circle of the messengers, which is M, master, one who has conquered the self and rules through supreme math. The inner spirit, Ha, which is 5, the divine breath, the hidden source of vitality and creation, which in their aspect is H, he, her, the divine masculine and feminine components of localized mastership. Practical Sufi numerology is as follows. Now we have the vertebrae and the 33 repeats, right? The 33rd degree, the number 33, and how in Islam, when we die and go to heaven, everyone's going to be 33, fixed age in heaven. How the lunar cycle of Islam follows a 33-year fixed cycle. And even during the post-prayer zikrs, right, where we have the tasbih and doing the repetitions of remembrance, liturgies of repeating Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, and Allahu Akbar, giving praise to God. Practitioners recite each phrase exactly 33 times. This matches the 33 vertebrae of the human spine, acting as a mathematical lock to align the nervous system. And even in the 33rd degree, the motto is God and my right. The numerical shield of 786. In mathematical operations, the phrase Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, adds up to exactly 786 in the Abjad system. Sufi healers and scholars write 786 at the top of documents and amulets to compress and emit the complete protective frequency of the verse. The Lataif of the heart and the 99 names of Allah. The 99 names of Allah are not random. They are mapped directly to the subtle spiritual energy centers, the Lataif of the human body and the human chest. Repetitions of specific names are tailored by numerical recipes to break down physical and spiritual blockages. And each 99 name of Allah represents a different opening or invocation that you can do to create or manifest a certain reality for yourself. We also analyze the numerology of the macrocosmic orbits and atomic spin. We look at the counterclockwise rite of circumambulation, pilgrimage in Mecca, right, the tawaf. Now the pilgrims performing tawaf around the Kaaba circulate the monument in a counterclockwise motion. This is not arbitrary. It is in perfect physical harmony with the rotation of the Earth on its axis and the orbit of planets around the Sun. The microcosmic atomic mirror. At the microscopic level, every atom consists of space where electrons orbit their central nucleus in a counterclockwise direction. Physical matter is, in essence, performing a constant silent tawaf around its divine center, the atom encoded in the Ba. The Sufi cosmology teaches that this precise physical orbital reality, right, and the concentric spheres orbiting a single high-mass nucleus was encoded in the horizontal line in the single central dot of the Ba letter, right, over 1400 years ago. And how even Imam Ali alayhi salam also says that I am the reality of that Ba. The three memes of Bismillah. The first meme, right, Bism, representing the river of the unmanifested ocean of power, the Bahr al-Qudra. It is the source from which all physical elements and potential states arise. The second meme, Rahman, represents the river of active manifest creation. It distributes light, warm sustenance, and physical structure to the macrocosmic local systems. The third meme, Rahim, represents the river of targeted inward mercy. It serves as the decoder, pulling the sincere seeker back into the sanctuary of the Muhammadan heart, the Yasin. And another esoteric secret of the Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is God is genderless, formless, the androgynous energy of Allah, right? Rahman is feminine, Rahim is masculine, and how both have to come together to form the beauty of God. And how even in Hollywood, the occult societies, they're always trying to portray that androgynous energy. In Islam, you don't become a full Muslim until you become married with your opposite half. That's when your faith is officially completed, right? Even with Neo and Trinity in the Matrix, they couldn't become the one with each other until they became the one with each other. So all these secrets are encoded here. We'll look at number 9, which is the enneagram key, the 9 points of the heart, right? The boundary of single-digit matrix. In the Naqshbandi Sufi order spiritual mapping, the number 9 represents the ultimate gateway. The 9 points of the enneagram map the exact energetic doorways into the spiritual heart of the seeker. Because our decimal system resets after 9, 10 is simply 1 and 0 repeating. The number 9 represents the outer limit of physical relative existence. It is the cosmic filter through which the soul must pass to reach the absolute unity of the Creator. I hope you were able to benefit from this presentation. I thank you all for watching. If any questions or comments, please email me at salmansheikh911@gmail.com. Of course, all my work is for the purpose of fair use, for the copyright purpose, right? For education, free speech, information, and entertainment purposes. Thank you so much. All rights reserved.